What I want to do is I want to look at solubility rules. Okay, this is really important. Okay, I on my first try I found the solubility rules concerning sulfates on my first try. So you guys have to either get new computers, get better sleep, start eating better, or all of the above. Okay, so here is, I'll give my phone with all the answers to somebody and they can read it to me, rule 1, and I'll put them on the board. Okay, no, you know what, I'll keep the phone and I'll read it. It says, what site is this? This is Stephen L. Morgan, Analytical Chemistry, chem.sc.edu. Whoever you are, Stephen Morgan, thank you. Okay, rule 1. Okay, this is going to take a couple of minutes, so bear with me. Okay. All compounds of the group 1A elements, or 1, group 1, are soluble. Okay? All group 1 or 1A are soluble. We're going to say soluble. If they're not soluble, we'll put them in red. Okay? But everything that's up there is going to be soluble. All right? Potassium nitrate, potassium sulfate, sodium, everything. Cesium, francium, all the group 1s. All right. Hydrogen, that's a group 1, right? So, right? But that's not actually quite true, though, so let's not go there. But anyway, all the group 1 metals. All right. All ammonia salts are soluble. Ammonia salts. Ammonium salts. Ammonium salts, actually. Ammonium salts. Ammonium salts are soluble. Okay? Ammonium salts are soluble. Which leads to a little bit of a confusion relative to strong acids and bases, but don't worry about that. We'll tighten that up a little bit. Okay. All nitrates. All nitrates. Okay? All nitrates salts are soluble. All nitrates, chlorate, perchlorate, acetate, they're all soluble. Okay, so all nitrates, chlorate, perchlorate, and acetates. Okay, so all nitrate, okay, I'm using green. Why am I using green? Okay, I just had this thing about picking up a green marker. Okay, I'm running out of the blue. Is there blue over there, Michael? Is there a blue marker over there? All right, could you bring it up here, please? Okay, all nitrates, chlorates, perchlorates, and acetates, salts. Okay, thank you. Okay. So, it says, all nitrates, chlorates, perchlorates, it says all nitrates, chlorates, perchlorates, and acetates. Is that on? Is it on there? Yes. Okay. Now, it says all sulfate compounds. All sulfate compounds. Okay, but there's a big remember I said the sulfate compounds except for the heavy ones? Do I have red around here somewhere? Yeah. Except Yeah, except Ca, Ag, Ba.
I think SR and C.
Well, it's the heavier ions. The lighter ions generally do better with the sulfates. Calcium is a little bit of an exception. Calcium is kind of like a borderline heavy, not heavy. Lead, that's the big one. Lead and mercury. And that's the mercury +2. Yeah, that's a weird one. It's H2 and it's +2. And the mercury, regular mercury, +2. All right? And then all right? You got that so far? Okay? And then it says, and this is a little confusing, but this is an important one. We only have 3 left. All hydroxide ion components are insoluble. All hydroxide compounds are insoluble. Okay? Are insoluble. Okay? Are insoluble. Except barium, calcium, strontium. Barium, calcium, strontium. You see it's a +2 thing. So those are the heavier ones. Barium, calcium, and strontium. Okay? All hydroxide compounds are insoluble except those of 1A and also 1A. Right? 1A. So in other words, is sodium hydroxide soluble? Yes. And all the companies that make drain cleaners thanks them. Thanks the periodic table. Okay. Is magnesium hydroxide soluble?
No.
No, magnesium hydroxide is not soluble. It's soluble a little bit, yes, it is soluble a little bit, but not much. Okay, it's not much. Okay, I'm going to erase the top and I want to put the rest of them, okay? Yes? So I'm going to erase these. Okay. Now we're on number 7, is that right? Let's put 7 as a. Let's put 7 as a red because it's an insoluble rule. Excuse me?
I was thinking 6.
Did we have 6? We didn't do 6? No, we did. What did we do? No, what did we do? It says. Oh, okay. I skipped one. But that's okay. It doesn't matter. We'll just put it as 6. Okay, it doesn't matter. These are all our own order. Okay, let's put 6. Okay, let's put 6. All chloride, bromide, and iodide salts are soluble. All chloride salts. All chloride, bromide, and iodide salts are soluble. So, chloride, bromide, and iodide salts, right? Except what?
AG.
Except, where am I? Except
ABBAC.
lead, exactly. Except,
It's the same for the one for the sulfates.
yeah. Well, it's calcium though.
CuCl is.
Oh, no, calcium, is calcium chloride? No, calcium chloride is soluble, of course.
Chloride is soluble?
Wait, what is it?
Calcium chloride is soluble?
Calcium chloride is soluble, yes. Except,
Mr. Darcy, you spelled accept wrong.
where did I spell accept wrong?
Accept.
How do you spell it?
Yes.
How do you spell it?
EXE.
E-X-C-E? I knew that. Yeah, I did. I just was checking you. Is that spelled correctly?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, that's also incorrect. Okay, so except AG, let's see. It says all except and lead plus 2. Okay, so all the chloride, iodine, and bromide salts are soluble, except for those. We'll move this over a little bit. Okay, we'll say 7. We'll say 7. 7 is all sulfide compounds are insoluble. Does anybody know what tarnish is?
Yeah.
What's tarnish?
It's something you put on.
What's tarnish? Tarnish is a sulfide salt. Silver sulfide. Yeah. On silver. You know, you have tarnish. Okay, something tarnishes. Yeah. Okay, so 7, we're going to say is red. Those are insolubles. And 7 is going to be all sulfide salts are insoluble. So sulfide salts, insoluble. Okay, and then we'll say except. They spell except right?
Yeah.
Okay. Except
Sulfides and hydroxides have the same exceptions.
sulfides and what?
Hydroxides.
Similar.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say the same. Because the exceptions are group 1 and 2A. Okay, metals. Okay. And then 8. It says, this is a confusing one. It says all sulfites. What are sulfites in? You may not know this because you're too young, but a lot of sulfites in wine. Wine gives people headaches.
I know.
Sulfites, yeah. All sulfites, carbonates, chromates, phosphates are insoluble. That's an important one. Why is that so important? All sulfites are insoluble. So 8. All sulfites. What else? Carbonates. What else? Chromates. What else? Phosphates. Why are you thankful that the phosphates are insoluble. Why is that a good thing?
So, like calcium phosphate.
Calcium phosphate, bone.
Yeah, it does.
Your bones, yeah, it doesn't dissolve. Yeah, it's good. Exactly. Isn't that weird? They use calcium. It's amazing, isn't it? All right, so calcium phosphate. So what are carbonates in? What are carbonates in?
Oh, soda.
Yes. What else? What is it? What are carbonates in? Carbonic acid in soda. Sodium, hydrogen carbonate. What are carbonates? Arthropods, mollusks, they have shells, exoskeletons that are marine invertebrates or terrestrial invertebrates. Oftentimes have exoskeletons that are made of carbonates, calcium carbonate, yes? So that movie. Except what? What do you think the exceptions are? Except ammonium and 1 and 2A. Right? Except ammonium salts. Ammonium salts are all soluble, remember? And things from 1 and 2A. There are exceptions. No, that's not true. Why do they say that? It says all sulfates, carbonates, chromates, and phosphates are insoluble except for those of ammonium and group 1 and at 1A it says. Doesn't say 2A, thank God. I thought it said 2A. My apologies. Yeah, that just didn't look right. Calcium phosphate is not soluble. We know that. How do we know that? By observation. Your exoskeleton. All right, so it says all sulfites except carbonates, chromates, phosphates are insoluble except for those of ammonium and group 1A alkali metals. See rules 1 and 2. Got it? Are you okay with that? All right. So those are the solubility rules. Very, very important. Very important. Clear? Yes or no? Okay. And you'll see why. You'll see why when we talk about buffers and hydrolysis of salts, etc. Clear? Because we have to study salts this chapter. So the solubility of salts would become pretty important. Clear? Okay. Off.